We picked third pick.
Third pick. Well, second pick is also
First pick.
Not going to give you that third one. They did first pick, so I misread the graphic. My apologies. First pick in game 2 with picks like the Rise that are still around, still very powerful for BDD. The Orianna, also a great one for him, historically speaking. Rumble and Karma have to be taken away, so some of these picks will go through that BDD could look for if they don't ban the Orianna themselves here. They may do that, though.
Yeah, might just do Orianna Rise again. Or not.
Okay, I like that, because now you're like, okay, Orianna a little bit less valuable. And you either get to pick Orianna and play what you want with it, like Nocturne, potentially, or you get the Rise. And Jarvan is decent in the Rise, so feel pretty good about that, too. I like the Jarvan ban. So it's a kind of a awkward and tough call here. They ultimately decide to ban the Rise. And maybe they're going to go for a Nocturne Lulu of their own in response to the first pick Orianna that I think BDD will lock here.
This seems like a bit of a mistake. I think you could have given Rise over and countered it with Anivia or with Cassiopeia. As you mentioned, you do kind of have to take the Nocturne away. And Lulu's still available, so not a bad 1-2 here for Kiwoom DRX at least.
I think this is just a great way to play first pick, what KT are doing here, you know? And I think Kiwoom DRX fell into the trap a little bit. So do you get Lulu now and try to set up that combo, or do you have something else in mind is really the question I have. And Nocturne pairs specifically really well with Aurora, who is fearlessly banned, and the Orianna that is already taken away. Nico, it's also gone.
Yeah.
It feels like the weakest pick away ever, unless they can set up this Lulu pick. And they slam the Nautilus and go, we're going dive. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of teams are very obviously highly rating Nautilus nowadays, but I don't feel like I get to see it very often, you know? But we see a lot of bans towards Nautilus, especially in the second phase, before we get into the bottom lane pick. So it's pretty interesting that we do get to see it pulled out here by Andil. Certainly the Orianna, if she's out of position, can struggle.
This is what I was worried about when you just blind the Nautilus is, what about all the losing lanes that he doesn't want to play? What about all the lanes where he's going to struggle? What about his AD carry who has not been doing well in lane?
Yeah, I already wrote down the Seraphine.
Yeah. I'm kind of like, okay, you're cooking a little bit with these two picks. What about the rest of the spectrum of the picks of League of Legends? This has kind of been my issue with Kiwoom DRX this season and draft, is that they often pick what they like, regardless of everything else that is available and around.
And that's not how you draft.
Yeah, that's just... It means that there's something going wrong, right? It means that the spectrum is too narrow for what this team is looking to do. And they do end up getting this Azir pick here, which is... It's strong. It actually works decently well with Nocturne as well, but not as simple to pull off as the picks we talked about. And it does a lot of damage, strong in side lanes. I just don't know if that saves this draft for me if I'm looking at it here for Kiwoom DRX. Because now all focus is going to be on the top side here for KT Rolster, because they did sacrifice a jungle pick here. Wukong is so obvious because, you know, he doesn't have to worry about an early game for this Nocturne. So they're both rushing to 6, and it works incredibly well with the setup they already have. Great ball carrier. Jhin, strong in lane, and works well with the dive setup that they have, so that makes sense. I don't know what is going to be the final ban here for KT Rolster. They may just ban, you know, something like a Gnar, even, as the Renekton actually gets banned. So I think they were thinking the same as I was. I was thinking any sort of pick here for Perfect where you could just, you know, dominate the lane and then be another CC button for this comp and a decent front line. Be great. They may still ban the Gnar and look for something else. We'll see. Cassante works decently well in this draft for KT as well.
Yunara,
kind of annoying to deal with Nocturne with Paranoia open. So, also can win trades if the Nautilus hook lands, does so much damage in lane that maybe you could fight your way out of it. It's looking grim. I don't know what else to say.
You gotta save counter pick for top. So LazyFeel has to pick right here, and there's really not
Or just blind Gnar that they didn't ban.
I mean, sure. I don't think we're gonna see Syndra top. You could pick Silas. You could pick Vayne.
I don't like Silas here. I think it's very risky.
You get Nautilus ult and Gnar ult though. So maybe you just say, well, never mind, Cuzz is playing Trundle.
Trundle works really well with this comp. Twisted Fate top is an old one we haven't seen in a while. I feel like he's just going to lock Vayne, and we all know it, but we're just like entertaining the thought that he's not.
Is it an effort? Hover? Yeah. There's the Vayne.
We're all pretending like we all know what's going to happen, but we all knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
And Seraphine with 2 AD carries and great setup in team fights is pretty horrifying. This is a lot of comfort for LazyFeel. This is actually his most played before his debut last year in Challengers. He has a lot of experience on the Corki pick. Corki obviously was one of our strongest AD carries throughout the year of 2025, but this lane is tough. There wasn't really a great pick. You know, there's no Bard, there's no Karma, right? There's no range support you could have grabbed. They did not opt for the Lulu pick either with the Nocturne, which is something I thought they might have considered, but they slammed the Nautilus, so
yeah,
they kind of opted straight up into, we're going to have great dive later, and Corki is great for the dive. Like, everything about this comp, if you cover the KT Rolster side, is great. Like, these 5 champions work incredibly well. You know, but
yes.
When you
just cover the KT side.
When you open your eyes, if you're a Kiwoom fan, you're hoping you also have a blindfold on, so you still can't see the KT Rolster side. Or maybe your monitor has a bunch of dead pixels right there on the bottom right and a really specific rectangular shape, so you can't see it.
Talking about the 7 in a row streak that they're looking for, but Hina, the KRX ambassador from QWER, is hoping and praying that they can make a comeback here in the series.
No Yuumi anymore, so the sign is no longer a cursing artifact.
Well, Gnar is, I guess, kind of close. At least it's on their team this time. Very curious to see how this bottom lane is going to go. The Ashe Seraphine, very different from the Sivir Yuumi. As we are ready, let's get into game number 2.
미니언들이 생성되었습니다.
Game number 2, KT, 1 win away.
It is a Ashe Seraphine lane.
Uh-oh.
Why are you up? Why are you up this far? Why are you up this far? Why up this far?
Why up this far?
Okay, they're not gonna get away with it.
Yeah, I think Cuzz
he took too much damage.
Too much damage, and
the whole time I'm thinking, like, when we're going into the game, like, how is this level 1 gonna go? You know, who could help the Nautilus out, or are they just gonna lose control? And the answer is they lose control.
Remember game 1, which was very similar to this, except there was an Annie involved? They're trying to get in onto aiming, but the heal is not going to get them close enough to the Ashe. So
LazyFeel is already barriered. Now, if you can get 1 or 2 more autos in here, it could feel great. It actually kind of turns things around a little bit as... Turn it off! Turn the cameras off! Ah!
Level 1 exhaust. No, it's okay. Yes, TP.
Don't look at mid lane.
Surely it's okay.
Don't look at mid lane.
What? Ucal's up the CS.
No,
not anymore.
He was... he's got prio, Cuzz is taking the jungle away. He did not opt for the Wukong because it was banned, so he's opted instead for a bit of an aggressive jungle pick with bottom side control.
Yeah, definitely a good idea. That's a good move from Andil.
Okay, also a good move here from Willer to go straight to the enemy jungle because he's not going to get his. And he was seen on that ward, so both junglers pretty aware of what's going on right now, but what's going on right now, we're all aware of it, and it is going to take a while for this Corki to be able to do things.
Yeah. I mean, the Corki was essentially, you know, we've given the Ashe Seraphine. We got to get something that we're comfortable with that can Valkyrie away if in danger.
It's not the Corki's fault.
No.
But it is the draft fault of letting this Ashe Seraphine through for what they got in return, and also the Nautilus pick. Like, that's the real problem here. That's the one it cannot do anything. It does not function. It is just a paperweight that could potentially explode into a bag of money.
It's
so
like a giant rock. You know, it's like a boulder. It kind of just sits there. People like draw graffiti on it. It's kind of messed up, but it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if someone writes, like, it could be a whole civilization's history written on it or something.
Well, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Somebody's saying, you know, KH Heart JS or whatever.
Aiming heart effort. That's what I'm seeing right now.
Losing streak. That's kind of insane, given that he has a 66% win rate. 14-7 right now.
People started playing the range tops. They were like, nah, I'm not playing Renekton into that.
Yeah.
Not playing Renekton.
By the way, Sion, first loss for him in the LCK, 7-1 now. You know, felt pretty good in the early game, but afterwards against the Sivir did not feel very good, as it was kind of the starting point of all the ricochets.
That's a mid-prio situation.
Yeah, well, he is going to get the fear off, and he is going to flash away. There is a Blast Cone not available, and Andil's here just to watch, to witness him, as First Blood is given over to Cuzz already.
Aiming hawk shot him as well, just
yeah,
just to really like lay it down.
Got to show your support.
Doesn't get an assist for it. Sag.
I was very worried there was going to be a disengage cone there that he gets away with.
Nah.
But the timing on that.
So, the good news, we haven't found it yet.
So the good news is that potentially there could be good news because there's still time.
This could be good.
Okay, yeah, see, we have time to make plays. Effort chunked out. And the hook goes in, barrier used, and Andil might just die. It looks like he will be okay. Aiming started hitting LazyFeel. And Effort takes a huge amount of damage from LazyFeel's Corki.
This is going to allow them to get both summoners out of KT as well as get their back. So I guess that's a small win, small good news. Good ward here from Rich.
Good news right there. Yeah, the ward came down.
It means that he can hit perfect there while he's in the bush, but he probably doesn't want to until he has Mega. And then when he's Mega, can't reach perfect, so we'll just have to hit the minions. They'll have to settle for that. As Cuzz is nearby, but doesn't have flash, and I don't think there's really an issue, or really a reason to try to push a Gnar here to the brink. Could have maybe gotten his flash if he had been a little bit further up there, but now we're going back to the drawing board a little bit. 1,500 gold, the lead here for KT Rolster. It's really just a win everywhere. Comp on paper, you know, cover up the enemy team. Great here for Kiwoom DRX.
Yeah.
The problem is,
somewhat. I'm not even a huge fan of their draft, to be honest. I mean, it's
kind of like, well, with what was banned, okay?
It has strong individual picks.
If you have, like, if you look at the bans, you're like, okay, well, how could they build a draft? And imagine, like, also all of KT's draft was banned or something, like, but even then you don't have to. Imagine, okay, let's just say, look at the bans, but not the Orianna. Like, imagine the Orianna was a ban. Then you're like, okay, well, they kind of made a dive comp here. They got the Nautilus, the Corki falls up the Valkyrie, you got Gnar for setup. It could work, but I think for me, when I look at these comps, especially with the bottom lane situation, like, it could be bro down here, and the situation might not look that different. You know, this is, I mean, I'm not even trying to take anything away from KT, but this is just how this lane is going to go. And I do think that Andil and LazyFeel have done a pretty good job, all things considered, but, you know, it is what it is.
That hook around Effort. Effort trying to get in front, but Aiming is going to be forced to flash away. LazyFeel picks up the kill as they pick up the 2v2.
Okay, well, Andil makes it happen again. And just as I was practically writing the obituary, they're going to even come over here and maybe try to do something on Dragon, because they're just going to put a pillar down and say no. We'll secure that one. But that's a huge win. I mean, it's the second game in a row where we've been doubting the laning phase. Down on CS, not quite as much this time around, but they make a great play in the 2v2. End up getting a kill back, this time for LazyFeel. So he ends up taking a gold lead here. So we'll watch this again. It's Andil's hook. Oh man, that angle is crazy.
Yeah.
And that's really unfortunate for Aiming, who still dies despite the flash. Forces the flash trade from LazyFeel. They get the Dragon though, so some additional stats going over to all of the KT Rolster members. And a kill here doesn't change necessarily the way this lane is going to play out right now, but it feels great that you've stabilized massively. Not necessarily going to be getting prio for free anytime soon.
Yeah. Initially, the win was that there was still time to get wins, and so far, ever since we said that, we've had a win here for Kiwoom DRX. They got a win.
It's not.
They even up the gold in the bottom lane.
Don't look at the top lane CS, and you're feeling pretty good.
A win's a win, Wolf.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
We'll take those.
Yeah. That's right. A loss is a loss somewhere else, and we're not talking about those right now.
Well, we would never talk about that. Hey, look, we saw cannon was missed here by the KT bottom lane.
Yes.
Nice little win there for Kiwoom. Now, Cuzz is going to get everything.
Yes, he is kind of doing that.
It's another nice hook here from Andil. Effort is basically dead. At least the root does come in. And Aiming's like, oh, what happened to my support? Well, he's basically dead as the arrow comes in. Oh, the rocket nearly kills Effort. As Aiming's like, I've got better things to do. I'm looking for the kills here. Some CC, though, and Aiming could easily die, so he has to respect this. Also, the Nocturne.
The Nautilus has ult, so if they want to sacrifice him, they should be able to kill Aiming here. They might even not have to sacrifice him.
Oh, he's just out of vision. He's just out of vision. Flash. Oh, he got the vision at the very end with his flash, and Willer finishes the job.
That's a big win. Really nicely played there from Willer. Comes down, gets the collapse. Well, I thought that a little bit more was going to be required to get that kill, but Aiming, his calculation was he won't have vision to ult me. I'm down to give a plate. I'm just going to get out with my life and then return to the lane, but Willer was able to flash for just a brief glimpse, and that's all you need to press R a second time and take him down.
All right, BDD, he's got some help up here. Ucal just going to hold on to that ult and kind of totally whiffs, as now he says, I'm not even going to flash, I'm just dead.
No!
And not expecting the whole enemy team to be there, I guess.
Effort didn't even have level 6 at that moment. That's a rough one. Well, let's go back to the good news. Well, the bad news is the Corki bug is still a thing, but the good news is it's another great hook from Andil here. And then Aiming wants to play this one back. He actually has his arrow, so he's like, I can actually win almost any exchange here. Gets the stun off. Effort ends up eating that damage, which is okay, but now Aiming decides, okay, I'm going to get out of vision. I should be fine here.
He's just saying, show me vision, vision, vision. I'll just flash, I got him. It's okay. It's okay. Nocturne doesn't necessarily.
It is okay. This a little bit less okay, as Effort is here, and Ucal's ult is unfortunate to say the least, as it just doesn't push anybody away, really. I mean, they avoided it nicely, you could say.
If he ulted and then immediately flashed away, like maybe he does at least force BDD to like follow flash, and then maybe he gets hooked by Andil, and it could have gotten a little bit more interesting. Instead, he kind of just accepted his fate after the bit of a mix-up there.
Well, they wanted to be the ones making the proactive play, and BDD ultimately doesn't even flash. BDD is the one who pulls the shockwave first because he has teammates coming over. I think I specifically said don't look at this. Thank you. I was very clear.
Do not show us that anymore.
Yes. I really like both of these top laners, Perfect. Definitely a bit of a start from the bottom, now I'm here type of story,
Yeah.
Here at the LCK. Crazy to see the growth that he's had. I mean, I don't know if I can think of another player who's transformed this fast. As Andil is going to check this bush again.
Yeah, this happened last game. He's going to get hit by an arrow as there's the extension, and eventually they will get you, Andil. And Nautilus does not do well against all that damage either, just like Nico.
Yeah, Andil's like, I'm Spider-Man, I'm out of here. No.
Not everybody can be Duro.
You remember in some versions of Spider-Man, Peter Parker actually has to load his web, and he can run out basically.
Yeah, I had a toy when I was younger that was kind of like that. Kind of had to load the spider web thing. What is that even called? Spider web launcher.
Web dispenser.
Web hand.
He has a word for it.
Yeah.
I can imagine on the old like cartoon like his voice. He's like, oh, I'm out of my web. This is a bad situation. His like inner monologue.
You know, there's like a specific kind of nerd that reads comics.
Yeah.
We actually have one of those on our space, or not space.
Yeah, Degon.
On our team.
Yeah, Degon, he does it.
Degon, really?
No, I'm just
I'm like, wow, I learned something new. No, it's actually Ox. Ox is the guy that actually reads comics.
Oh, I just want everyone to know about Degon's Sailor Moon full collection.
Definitely real. I believe it.
Yeah, Ox is a big comic guy. He got me into Invincible, which is a problem. I really enjoy that, and now I'm always waiting for the new TV show episodes to come out.
And then, of course, there's the anime squad, which feels like everybody's into anime nowadays.
For me, as long as it's released like before 2012, I'm all about it. Recently released before like the year 2002. Been watching a lot of Initial D these days. All right, well, here we go. Opportunity.
All right, he's going to have to use the flash to get on top of him as the fear is going to be saved, but there is the condemned to get him away, but they just keep landing the slows. Perfect trying to get away, but the scanner does spot him. And a nice little setup there from Willer and Rich.
Got his summoners, and he doesn't have teleport, so it's a pretty huge win, actually, on the top side of the map for Kiwoom, as LazyFeel will Valk away, and he's not able to safely farm the minions right now. So that's problematic. This is the cross map here for KT. He wants so desperately to get to the turret because Andil is here with his ult, and I think he should be able to get onto it. Let's see if we can get this cannon. I think he will. I think he's fine. All right, that could have been disastrous, but he walked the final. Andil!
No! Andil! Not again! You go back to your room.
Oh, man, Andil.
They sent him back to his room.
It's like he's...
LazyFeel, no, not you two!
Oh, no!
Oh, this is turning into a disaster. I mean, Cuzz finally shows up in the bot lane for like the first time this series, and look at what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, no!
I can't do Hina like that. Okay, well, this was a great play. Rich comes over here. Perfect already uses his mobility. The Rich pulls him back, and then Willer's here with the flash. The Q connects from Rich to get the slow. And now Perfect is down sums. He gets killed. They give the kill over to Willer. And they got back to the turret. Andil, I think he is...
Cut the tape.
There's like a... There's something in his body, some sort of compound that operates like a magnet towards bushes. And he just cannot stop himself from going in.
Well, they're going to try to go in onto BDD, who hits the double shockwave as Ucal finally gets here, but the flash gets him out. As Cuzz is going to have to pay the price for BDD, essentially. So a 1-for-1, but that's the jungler of KT gone. Willer is a bit low, so KT are sticking around. A lot of damage already done into LazyFeel. No shockwave available, but look at this Vayne. Perfect, just frontlining to everybody. Does not care a single bit. And everybody is just falling like dominoes. Ucal looks like they'll just tank the turret to get him as the TP does not get him out. And that's his TP down. And a huge fight win for KT.
Oh, well, you know, I don't really have anything to add to that.
You want to break it down for us, Wolf?
Ucal is playing against his former team. We'll go to take the historical angle. It's been part of many of KT's greatest successes. And he looks like he misses those days right now. Andil initially here is the one who wants to set this up on a BDD, but BDD ends up getting the double as they both go on top of him here, and Ucal is too far away for the ult, and then it's flashed anyways. Sure, you kill Cuzz, but then, like, I mean, this is just like Perfect being like, all right, well, like, that's it, right? They used all the buttons.
Yeah,
I guess I'll kill them now. Yeah, this is great.
They used Paranoia. They used the Death Charge, which is the big one.
Yeah, I don't know what he said exactly because I missed what he said.
Gnar.
But I think he said, like, I think I can fight them.
No, the root into the charm. Goodbye, LazyFeel.
And Perfect just identified, I kill all of them, and KT just continued to go with that theme as they're going to get Andil here as well.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say. I think KT, they found the opening, and it was kind of due to Kiwoom DRX going all in onto an Orianna, who peeled very well. Cuzz paid his life, and then Vayne did whatever she wanted, and now the game is kind of over.
Yeah. I have commentated a lot of KT this season, which is normally a point of joy for me, but I did have to coin briefly the term I'm bored by KT.
Yeah.
Okay, another combo.
All right, this time it looks like Willer will actually land the fear. Rich a little bit delayed, but I think just the Nocturne alone is enough. As they will get the Mountain Dragon, but at least Kiwoom DRX gets something.
Will they be able to get the Herald, Kiwoom DRX? Because they get this turret, put a small dent in the gold lead. If they can get the Herald, I think it's a pretty nice exchange for them. Arrow is available in 2 seconds here for aiming. They have to potentially play around this. How quickly can they take this Herald out? Not quickly enough. It looks like they're going to leave Willer out. He's like, guys. that was almost solo QS where he's just like, no, but I thought we were okay.
I pinged it 3 times. Why did nobody join me?
I think it was the right call to back away though, in non-Willer defense.
Yes,
defending everyone who ran away from Willer there. This time Willer gets the fear, like you said, and BDD is flashless and gets killed, but it's in exchange for the Dragon. They did not get the Herald. In fact, Cuzz was able to pick it up after they rotated over. And Ucal's trying to get bounty gold. And Rich is the only one with a gold lead here with those ganks. The pressure was given, the extra turret he got. See what he can do.
They got an arrow on the way. This one looks a little forward, yeah. A little bit optimistic, we'll say.
Yeah.
You know, we have a couple of streaks going on today. KT looking for their 7th series win in a row, which would be their most ever as a franchise organization. Also, the Valdes cast, currently 6 days in a row, all 4 gamers.
Yeah.
And today's the 7th day.
That's why
I'm looking for my 7th as well.
Were you casting
Oh.
It's him.
Yeah, there's me.
That's him.
Me on the cast. If I'm here on this desk, it's always a 4 gamer.
Were you
so
casting
far,
the KT Bro Series with me? Are you responsible for all of these KT games I've commentated where I just try not to say anything negative about the team that they murder?
No, some of them have been with Atlas for sure. But we've had a lot of 4 gamers this season, so kind of just works out that way. And we do have a deep TP, and Gnar perfectly set up here. This might be Kiwoom's only chance as they're trying to go in. Andil might just die. So we do have the flank coming in. Willer is going to be peeled away from as Cuzz doing a great job of that. Perfect. This is totally untouched again. The shockwave is beautiful from BDD. And just to make matters worse here for Kiwoom DRX, they get styled on in what could be the last big team fight of the game.
Yeah, Andil going in a bit early there, but I don't know what really Kiwoom DRX this far behind could have done. It's like, the call is so simple for KT to be like, okay, Gnar is flanking, mostly just ignore him and kill the other guys. And eventually, aiming slows the Gnar down, and Rich can't do anything without the rest of his team being able to join there as Andil just took too much on the initial salvo there. And that's just going to be Baron a minute late, but very early here. But there's not a whole lot left to take on the map in terms of standing gold for KT Rolster. There's that inner and mid, inner and top lane. They have supreme map control. As look at Andil. Like, this is what I'm talking about, a little bit early. And then by the time the Nocturne falls up, Willer has to leave. And the Rich is like, I flanked them. And they're like, okay, well, now that the rest of the team is dead, you guys are allowed to hit Rich. And so Rich gets hit and gets slowed. And it's a bit disjointed. I mean, it's a desperate attempt. Again, I don't want to criticize this too much. Yeah. The bigger issues happened many minutes ago.
The Rift Herald fight was the big one. Like,
yes.
Throwing everything into BDD just for him to survive, and then you're playing against a Vayne who, yes, you killed him once, but he's still Vayne, so they just had no CC for a Vayne, and their jungler was already really low. So from there, they kind of got wiped, and KT got this massive lead. And now they got a very early Baron, and once again...
Why are they doing it?
She looks so angry, actually. Oh, no.
Oh, it's not fair.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
It started off great in game 1. In game 2, LazyFeel got those kills. That was good. They killed perfect. But that was where the good news began and ended. This Baron is not going to end the game unless Kiwoom decide to make another flank play like they did previously. Then it
Yeah,
would in fact end the game.
The decision is in their hands.
Yeah.
If they want to end the game now, they can.
The thing is, Mountain Soul is up, so KT are like, yeah, not going to try to dive or look for any shenanigans with aiming Zero, try to collapse on somebody, try to pick off Ucal.
They don't have Zeus on their team who's going to jump over the wall and kill 2 people.
Yeah, they're just going to go over here and say, Mountain Soul seems pretty powerful, seems pretty effective. Seems like a good tool. Also spawns the Elder. If this game stalls out any further, we'd like to take that as well. Some games are just, they just were never meant to be. Like even for
they
KT,
weren't meant for
like
greatness,
I think KT is like, all right, well, we got this draft, and I was hoping to play some League of Legends, but instead we'll just give everyone the expected result. And we have a week, as Degon has pointed out several times, of very expected results. Like most of our predictions are unanimously the same here on the global side for this week because
Yeah.
they kind of feel like foregone conclusions.
Oh, there's the arrow. Seraphine ult whiffs, okay.
Yes.
An angle?
Yes.
Everything's
No.
thrown into BDD again.
No.
The depth charge and the Nautilus. And guess who gets to do whatever he wants again? Well, it's this guy. Perfect on the Vayne. And they just have no answer for him. His mechanics are insane on it. The rolls are just, what are you going to do against this? LazyFeel's like, I'll CC him. They don't have any CC LazyFeel, although I do admire the effort. As KT, they're going to put them out of their misery here pretty quickly, it looks like. No Baron, no problem. And nice little come down into the wall. LazyFeel has to back away. Ucal is dead, and so is Willer eventually. As they're just spawning into them, and that's the double kill for Perfect. Not much else to say about this one. Mountain Soul Baron, KT with an 11,000 gold lead. And please, okay, please don't dive him. Just let him be. Show some dignity. Some respect. Some respect. No, it's still a 2-0, and KT. You know, game 1 was a little weird. Didn't look like they were totally on top of their game to begin with, but by the end of it, that's the KT we know and love.